deer feeder set up in your yard. Now, if you're going to have a deer feeder set up in your yard, keep in mind that they're not legal in every single state. So be sure and check where you live and make sure that it's legal to actually feed wild animals and to have a deer feeder in your yard. And a lot of states you can hunt around them, like in Texas and Oklahoma, you can actually hunt around them, and that's where most of the feeders are sold. But why have a deer feeder in your yard? Well, that's why, right there. Let's walk. I'm going to walk over here and let me see what might happen here. Now, these deer are wild deer. They're not pinned up. We live right out here in the wild. And yet, if you'll look how they have become, in fact, a lot of people have begun to call me the deer whisperer because they've become so gentle around me. And I want to show you something right here. This is a Texas hunter feeder, and if you don't have deer around, you probably got squirrels and birds and stuff that you can still feed out of a deer feeder. But let me show you something right here. I'm going to throw those not very far away. Now keep in mind, these are wild deer. In fact, none of my deer, Forrest and Jenny and Nina, are not here. These are wild deer, and you can see what's happening right here. Green tag there in the middle looks like she has had her babies. I'm going to go out and try to find them. They shouldn't be too far away. I don't know if I can find them or not, but I might look and see if I can find those. But you can see what's happening right here. I got 2, 4, 5. I've got 8 deer here close by. I've got 1, 2, 3 little bucks right here. And those deer are all, with the exception of green tag, those are all yearling deer. Those deer are mostly, well, they look like pretty much all of them are just a year-old deer. But now they have been eating at this feeder for quite a while, and I come out here and throw feed around close, and you see they're a little spooky, but they have become used to me being here. They trust me. They know I'm not going to hurt them. Now, I really could probably start feeding some of these deer out of my hand, and probably will do that, as a matter of fact. But this is a pleasure right here to be this close to a wild animal that not many people get to experience. Not many people have the pleasure of being around this. Now, it's true, we live in the boonies. We live in the woods. We're actually, over 2 miles from the front gate. We live way back here. And, but you can, if you live in a subdivision, if you live in a city, you know, we deer hunt in the city limits of Cincinnati with a bow, and hunt right behind people's yards. But if you live in a city, if you live in a subdivision, obviously if you live out in a country where you got deer, once you put a feeder out and start setting that thing off, they get used to the sound, they get used to that feed being thrown out. You can throw out a lot of feed or not much feed. You can go through however much feed you want to, but for just a few dollars a month, you can have deer coming around and being around where you can watch them. And I don't know, you may not get a kick out of this, but I get a kick out of it. So you'll also have squirrels. You'll have all kinds of different birds come around because these feeders that they throw out. Now, I use South Fresh deer food, and then we'll mix in some corn in there also. So I use kind of a combination of the two, give them a little bit of variety of diet. And then also the other thing that happens is we will actually throw out sort of, I would call it deer table scraps. Now, we don't give stuff that our labs will eat, but vegetables, potatoes, tomatoes, cucumbers, the peelings when you peel a potato or you peel a cucumber, you have some extra lettuce off when you make a salad. Deer love all of that, and you can put that out the same place where you have your feeder and kind of give your deer a little bit of a wider variety diet. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to say this is bad, but they love donuts. They love cookies. Yes, they do. And they love all kinds of nuts, you know, peanuts and all kinds of nuts. So if you bananas, your banana peelings, when you peel a banana, they'll eat your banana peelings. If you had bananas go bad, they'll eat your bananas. So a lot of the fruit and vegetables that we eat ourselves all the time, you can throw those scraps out to your deer. And now, again, a lot of states, it's not legal, so be sure and check wherever you are before you do it. But having a deer feeder in your yard, having a deer feeder around your house, and if you got wild turkey around, a lot of you, even if you live in the cities, have wild turkey around. If you have wild turkey around, they will come in also. And if you don't shoot them, if you don't harass them, if you treat them like a friend, treat them like somebody that they can get used to and know they're not going to get hurt, they'll become your buddies, they'll become your friends, and you'll get to witness something like this every single day. And in the world that we live in, with all the evil, all the things that's bad that goes on, this is God's creation, and I love it, and I love you too.